And just like that, we have confirmation. Hello, Steve White, Steve House 89. Well, we finally have confirmation that John Corbett, Aiden, is going to be appearing in And Just Like That, the sequel series to Sex and the City. So it's kind of surprising but not surprising. I mean, I'm surprised that they've waited this long to actually confirm it, and they released some pictures, I think to Variety or someone. It's just Carrie and Aiden walking hand in hand on the New York City streets. There was talk that he'd been seen filming, I think, but nothing was confirmed. But there was this whole drama last year where John Corbett said, yes, I'm going to be in the series. And Sarah Jessica Parker was like, no, he's not. And some articles and some people were calling him a liar and wondering why would he say he was going to be in the show if he wasn't in the show, because people were expecting him to be in the show. And it looks like, I would guess, the producer, John Michael Hall, I can't remember his name. It looks like he had a talk to Aiden and said, yes, you will be a part of the story. And he knew there was going to be in the show, but just not the first season. And maybe Sarah Jessica didn't know that. So it came up and everyone was denouncing him because he was claiming he was in the show when he wasn't, and actually is in the show in the second season. So yeah, so that was not a big surprise in some ways, because I thought, well, he must know something we don't know. He wouldn't just make it up. He must have heard something. And a lot of times people get told beforehand, yes, you're going to be a part of this. Like Whoopi Goldberg was told she was going to be a part of Star Trek Picard, and she was invited to be in the second season long before anything was filmed. Well, obviously there were no contracts or anything. Patrick Stewart just said, we're inviting you to the show. And the assumption was that she'd do it and they'd be able to make the schedules work and the pays work and the contracts and everything, and it all happened. So same thing with him, I guess. But so now the issue is, will they get together? Part of me thinks he's going to be in there for an episode or two just to get it out of the way, because he was such a big part of her life. And he came back up in her marriage to Big, so they have to address him. But whether she still has any feelings, whether there's any future with him, who knows? If they wanted her to just be a married lady, they would have left her with Big, because they didn't kill him off because of his personal issues. They were planning to kill him off back in the film, where they were going to do a third film and he was going to die in the shower of a heart attack, and Carrie was going to have to deal with that, and that was going to be the third film. So, I'm kind of curious. I don't think he's going to be her future. I think she'll just have to revisit that, and the show will have to revisit that just so they can move on from it, and she can go on being, go on the path that she is on now, because, after, happily ever after, there is a life, and that's what the show is about. It's about real women's lives after 50, after 60. They don't just end when you stop being young or when you get married. So I'm curious to see where they go. I always thought Aiden would be better for her than Big, because I thought he'd let her have her own sort of world, and she'd sort of keep being Carrie and having him in his life. Whereas I always felt that Big would be, the centre of her world, and she would sort of step back from her work in that to sort of be, his wife. And I think she kind of did that. So now she's back. She's got a podcast, and she's Carrie Bradshaw again. I can see him fitting into her life, but I ultimately think they'll keep her single so she can keep having these sort of adventures, because, but we'll see. But I'm just sort of happy to finally have confirmation, because I was sure he was going to be back, and I had heard rumours and rumblings, but I didn't want to do a video saying anything, just because people will just tell you, no, you're wrong, nothing's been confirmed, you know what you're talking about, blah, blah. And now we know. I'm going to go.